This is Tom Roszak, who is the architect of this house, the developer, and now the seller. Tom, it's amazing, and we're going to go inside. I've seen it before, but tell us a little bit about what you were doing here.
Well, really, it's an experiment. It's how can a family today live in a house, show that they could use technology to their fullest, accomplish all the things that a family needs in a very contemporary way.
It has a contemporary aesthetic, but it also fits right into the natural setting. I'm looking here at the trees. The house is tucked behind the trees like this. It's not all that harsh, as some people consider contemporaries.
That's true. I think it's all about, transparency. You see the trees reflected in the house. When you're inside the house, you're seeing the trees and the landscaping come right in.
Great. How about if we go right in?
Sure. The idea is a celebration of the entrance. So the trees, the particular location of the white spire birches forces one to kind of walk around and really appreciate the entry. The steps makes one think about the entry, makes you look at the building.
Oh, yeah.
You come in and we have a kind of a formal entry, and again, celebration, so that you can sit here and talk to your friends as you're coming in. You know how it takes a long time to kind of say hi and bye.
Right.
So we have a nice place to do that, and nice custom painting that was done actually for this entry.
Before we come to that, I just want to point out, I like the way this is sort of the reverse. Outside we could not see the house for the trees, and now we're inside, doing the opposite.
Right.
It's really wonderful.
That was the reason for the white spire birches. They were kind of like a filter.
So you're running some of the blinds up now, and one of the reasons to point this out is you're living in a glass house, but you do have
total control.
The total control of the privacy. You could shut this down completely, right?
Right. With one button, you can close or open the whole house, or you can open and close certain areas.
So those are rolling up. I don't know if that's possible to see on camera. But the other thing about this room is this is where the two cubes stack on top of each other, right? This is 2 stories high.
That's right.
Living room.
That's right. So it kind of expresses the idea that you can't have 2-story space, and it's quite dramatic in the living room.
Yeah, it is. It's very dramatic. And here's this overhang. Steve Hudson, your real estate agent, is up there, so we can see that there actually is a room up there. This is terrific. And this cantilevered library is great. So here we can see, so what we see is the glass, the concrete, the yellow beams, everything that sort of brings the house together. Right?
That's right. Yeah, those are the major kind of materials: concrete, glass, aluminum, and steel.
So then behind us there, or way out there ahead of me, is the dining room. Can we check that out?
That's right. So the idea here is that you're kind of having dinner in the garden.
Yeah, it feels like it.
The idea with the kitchen is that it's basically 4 pieces of furniture that just arrange just so in a space, because it's really not a defined space. It's just all endless flowing space. And
4 pieces of furniture. The island.
The 4 islands, basically. The breakfast bar, the 2 islands there, and then the taller module there that has the refrigerator and the oven.
Oh, because this floats. I didn't even realize this is Justina, Tom's wife, and behind her is this sort of floating island. This island is not attached to a wall. It's an island. But the same is true with the cabinets.
That's right.
Not up against a wall of the house.
That's right. We use stainless steel in the area that's kind of the work area, and then the area that's kind of more tactile is this rift-cut white oak.
Nice. And then this is where we can see this great staircase.
Right. It's all stainless steel and Brazilian cherry.
And it's tucked back behind that single wall in the middle of the house rather than in front. Why is the staircase back here in the private area rather than out in the public space?
I wanted to have a kind of a dramatic entry and have a way to kind of display some art. So you really had kind of a really nice entrance. And then this is, I think, a little bit more private in terms of being able to walk up and down. And so as you can see, the interstitial spaces are a lot more defined upstairs, because then they're basically like these wide, 8-foot wide hallways.
And this is great.
You still have a connection to the outside. You see the landscape. You always have orientation. Same thing here. And what's interesting is some parts of these interstitial spaces become actual rooms themselves. That end there becomes kind of a reading area.
And it's really just the end of the hallway.
That's right.
Oh, wonderful. And then this is that concrete wall we were talking about downstairs. This is Really just one big solid mass. This is the only privacy wall you have, right?
That's right. Right. It's actually a structural wall that holds the building up in kind of all the directions. But then it also becomes, it's very velvety kind of feel. It's very tactile.
Great. So now we're going into the master?
Yeah, the master is actually split up into 4 areas. You have a kind of a formal entry, the bedroom, the master bath, and then the walk-in closet.
So this is the entry. This is
the entry.
Foyer for the
That's right.
bedroom. Let's go into the bedroom first, and we'll come to the bath.
So again, you're kind of up in the treetops.
Oh, no, okay, now we can really see how these blinds work. You've got them completely closed over here.
Right.
It almost looks like an aluminum wall. And then here they are, open a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So it is possible to live in a glass house but get privacy.
Yes, it is.
Okay. How about the bath? Oh, you want to see the closet? Let's do that.
You want to?
Look at this. We've even got cantilevered shelves in the dressing room. In the closet. That's great. Oh, you've got a shade coming up. Wonderful. Great. Oh, wow. Okay, so once again, the shades are going to provide the privacy when you're in this incredibly cool egg-shaped tub. Wow, that's great. Really nice.
All the cabinetry is custom designed.
Yeah. Wait, it feels as if you're really taking a bath right under this tree.
That's right.
And then here's the shower stall.
Yeah, the shower and the toilet is enclosed in glass and kind of has sandblasted glass in kind of strategic areas.
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, that's really cool. That does a great toilet room because it works as a graphic print on the wall, but it also, as you say, is strategic. This is great. So this is that room that was projecting over the living room.
Right. This is the library. It's kind of his and hers, partner's desk, facing each other.
Well, here's a view. This sort of gives people an idea of just what a departure your house is. That across the way is more typical of the neighborhood. You didn't have a problem building contemporary here, you said, because there were no restrictions in Northfield?
That's right.
That's great. How's it been accepted by people?
Yeah, I think people have grown to like...
I was so fascinated by the question of privacy and the bathrooms and things that we forgot to look at one other thing, and that is how do you get art on the walls of a glass house? And you were pointing this out.
Well, that's a good question. So what we did is we devised this little guy wire system, and we hung all the artwork off of the wires.
Let me see if I can get the wire.
Very, very thin.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
And so we have that, and it's about 6 or 8 inches in front of the glass wall. And also, the same system works in front of, say, the lacquered panel walls or the wood panel walls, because again, you don't want to make holes in those type of walls. So again, the wire just kind of expresses, in front of it, 6 or 8 inches in front.
Now we're down in the basement, and you brought me down here to show me this. What are we?
Well, the basement is a gallery. It's a kind of a very kind of a simple space. But the interesting thing about the interstitial space is the base of them has a skylight, and then it provides natural light into the basement gallery, so that it really feels like a nice room because it has natural daylight.
So this skylight is at the base of the hallway, the north-south hallway upstairs.
Right.
And there'd be another one across the way.
Yeah, there's 4 of them in here.
And this basement is, you were talking about the silkiness of these concrete walls. This is wonderful. This feels great. It echoes a lot, but it feels really good.